Kristina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. So first off, I know that you moved and that the drive is long to get here. So I want to thank you for still finishing the schoolwork off with me and finishing our sessions together.
Yeah.
So last time we were together, you had a lot going on with your child's asthma and needing to move out of your house in a pretty quick fashion. So update me on what's going on with the move.
Well, pretty much we were able to leave, which was good. We're temporarily staying with my husband's parents until we find a permanent residence. And we're actually in the middle of a lawsuit with where we were living at before. So I really can't go into much detail about what's going on with that, but it's definitely a big relief to be out of there and be in a healthy environment where my son can actually have a better quality of life as far as his health is concerned. So that's been a major relief off of my shoulders. But now we have to deal with the other stress of where to go now from here. So we're kind of just playing the waiting game with what's going to go on with the lawyer and take it from there. It looks like it's going to be maybe a couple months of a process if everything goes smoothly. So we're just hoping that everything will work out in our favor and it just works out to be fair.
Well, your demeanor compared to the first time definitely is much more calm, and it seems like you seem more positive and happy about the choices that you made, whereas the first time it seemed you came off nervous about what was going to happen next, but now you seem to be happier. Is that
I think that there's a little bit of a calmness that's...
Just press that on.
There's a little bit of a calmness, that I've felt lately. I don't know if it's just even being back in like an environment where you have some my husband's parents are like my parents, and his mom's super helpful, so she's kind of taken a little bit of a load off my back for me, but on the same token, we were there for not even a week and she ended up having a heart attack. So it's like, it's literally just one thing after another, and I've learned to accept that, and that's just the way it is right now. But she's getting better with her health, and she's home now, and she's taking the right precautions. So I think it was almost a blessing in disguise, because just as much as we needed them, she kind of needs us right now. Mm-hmm. We're helping her, the kids are helping her to stop smoking. It's been like a week and a half and she hasn't had a cigarette, so she's gotten to like the worst part, because I think they say like the first 7 days is the worst or something.
I really like that statement that you said, we're helping them as much as they're helping us, and I think that's a really positive way to look at what's going on with the move. Yeah. So I just want to talk about a few other things that we talked about in the initial interview.
Yeah.
You kind of were saying how you were getting really easily frustrated with the kids, and it was creating panic attacks. Brown paper bag, I remember you saying specifically where you feel like you can't breathe. We set some goals. Mm-hmm. Tell me where you're at with that.
I definitely have tried. It's a big adjustment, but I definitely tried to take myself out of the situation when there's something that the kids do that frustrates me, and when I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over, I kind of, instead of, just right off the bat, like screaming and yelling, I try to remove myself, count to 10, take a deep breath, and then try to approach the situation differently, and I feel like it's helped me, and it's kind of helped them. Kids will be kids, they still have their moments. But I think overall, I think maybe they felt my stress maybe when we were in the apartment and dealing with all those things, and it was such like a catastrophic experience for the whole family. I feel like there's a big relief for all of us. It sucks having all of our things in storage, but it's temporarily and they're just things. I put Gianna and riding lessons with horses, and I feel like it's been very, like, a therapeutic experience for her. I think, it's her way of being able to escape and have a little, time for herself, and I feel like that's really helped a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, horses in general are considered like a therapy. They're in a lot of rehabs. They are considered, like you said, a therapeutic way of, getting out of your mind. So that's true. That's great.
Yeah, like even just being there and watching her, like, helps me.
Absolutely.
Just you feel like you're in a barn setting. You almost
Yeah.
feel like you're not even in Florida anymore. You feel like you're maybe in Georgia or North Carolina. So you
Yeah.
almost feel like for that little hour you're somewhere different. And it's just, I can just sit there and let Nico run around and Gianna's doing her thing, and I just actually get to, it's calming for me.
Absolutely. So it's calming for you. What else? What other emotions do you feel when you're at this barn and Gianna's on the horse?
I obviously have those mother instincts of, oh my God, I don't want her to fall and break a bone, but they take precautions. She wears helmets, so I mean, that puts me at ease. But, you can get hurt in anything you do, so I didn't want that to hold her back. And she's such an animal lover that I feel that it would, when I see her happy, it makes me happy. So I feel like that right there is just more than enough.
So one of the goals we had talked about was you kind of taking some time for yourself and breathing, and you said that you've been doing that, and that's helping. And then this horse, even though it wasn't one of the goals, it almost kind of just presented itself in your world.
Yeah, we not even planned it. It just kind of happened. We were lucky enough that my brother has a girlfriend who's been in horses her whole life and owns a horse, and she's able to kind of, I don't know what the word is, like, not have Gianna be her protege, but like have, she enjoys it just as much as Gianna enjoys it. So that right there has been, a good thing in itself. And, I've been trying, it's hard to kind of, I've always put myself in the back burner, and I feel like, if mom's not happy, no one's happy. So I think, the whole family's kind of realized that. So everyone's kind of taking initiative. Like, even the other day, I couldn't move my neck for like 5 days. I don't know if it was stress or if I slept on it wrong, but I just couldn't even turn my head to a certain side. And it was almost pains going into my chest. And then I start panicking because I'm like, oh my gosh, thank God it's on my right side, not my left, because then I'm going to be like, oh my God, am I having a heart attack?
Right.
But, thank God I was able to go, and, Chris let me go get a massage for an hour, and it was like a reflexology, and they really worked on my neck, and, I didn't think it really did much, and I was worried I was going to have to go to a chiropractor, and, your mind plays tricks on you, and I'm like, I hope it's not anything to do with my neck, and, things like that. But the next morning I woke up and I was actually able to turn my neck, and, it just goes to show, if you just take a little bit of time for yourself, I think that I realized for me to be a better mom and wife, I need to at least do those things for myself.
Well, that was one of the goals of the first time.
Yeah.
The first interview was take time for yourself, find those things. So massage is another one. So it sounds like so far a few things you did work on with the goals and they seem to help.
Oh, yeah.
But also some things in your life kind of just presented themselves, like the mother, you're both helping each other, and your boyfriend's girlfriend with Gianna, and you feeling like, wow, I actually have some time to just like sit and watch this animal move, and in the process, it's reducing your stress levels.
Yeah, without even knowing it. And I think it's just helped overall. I still have a long way to go, but I feel that all these little steps are definitely helping the bigger picture. We're kind of in a situation where we're in limbo. We don't know which way to go. We have so many different options right now in our life. On one hand, I have people telling me, come move to St. Augustine, you guys are going to love it. And then it's that in itself stresses me out. And, my husband wants to move us to Cape Coral, which I'm okay with that. It's only 2 hours from what we're accustomed to. And if we're going to be able to give the kids a better life out there, it'd be selfish. of us not to do that. And then, and then I just start thinking, well, if now's the time we're going to move, I want to experience all the different options we have. I don't want to just say, yeah, this is it, Cape Coral. I want to, if we're going to make a move, I want to make sure it's the best move.
So let me ask you something. You said a statement that is just, I'm kind of thinking about. You said, everybody's kind of telling me which way to go. Some people are saying St. Augustine, and that in itself stresses you out. But what do you want? If there was no, husband saying, let's go do this, and the children, what's best for them, what would you want to do?
Yeah. And that's the hard part. I mean, obviously I want to give them a better life. I want to experience new things as well. So I feel like part of me is excited to have a new chapter and not start fresh, not that we need a fresh start, but just have a new experience as a family. I think it would be great. I kind of feel like all these things that have been happening to us are maybe in a way directing us to where we need to go.
And where is that?
That's the problem. That's the problem.
So you don't know yourself. So everybody's kind of telling you, but you really just don't know yourself.
Yeah, and then, on the other hand, I get excited about Cape Coral, and then my mom kind of brings me down about it because she'll be like, oh, you're not going to like it over there. It's not like, you're so used to South Florida, but it's not like I'm moving to a different country. It's 2 hours away. And then she starts saying, oh, go to Port St. Lucie. And I'm like, why would I want to go to Port St. Lucie? Like, that wasn't even